Hello everybody, welcome back to Cooking with Grandma. Today I've got a cookie recipe for you that is super easy. It has only 7 ingredients in the whole recipe, and the fun thing about this is that these are called Kool Aid cookies. And I've got packages of Kool Aid here. Now, how many of y'all remember as being younger or having young kids that you made Kool Aid for? My kids drank this quite a bit. We grew up on it. They didn't have it all the time because of the sugar content, but I didn't add as much. Like for one package you're supposed to add like a cup and a half of sugar. I'd only add a cup, so they weren't getting that much sugar. But it was something nice in the summer. They had Kool Aid stands outside, lemonade stands. So we're going to take these 4 packages of Kool Aid. We have cherry, lemon lime, orange, and this is a new one. I've never heard of this. I'm not even sure what flavor it is. It's called charcoalberry. I don't know. It looks like it's like a tropical fruit punch. You can see all the different, there's oranges and bananas and strawberries on the package, so maybe that's the flavor of it. So this recipe comes from Catherine's Plates. She is also a YouTuber that has a cooking channel. Her channel is similar to mine. She makes pretty easy down-home recipes. Fairly easy ingredients to get your hand on. And so I'm taking this one and I'm making these cookies for you and for my family. I did make a batch of them before, and I used, it says in the recipe for the Kool Aid to do a half to 1 whole package of Kool Aid in each section of the batter. We're going to divide. We're going to make a batter and then divide it. And I found that they were way too rich and way too sweet. Even though it is unsweetened Kool Aid, they became super, super sweet in the recipe. So now I'm going to make them for you all, but I'm only going to use half a packet for each batch of dough. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is, I've already got my oven preheating and I've got my cookie sheet here ready to go. So we need 1 1/4 cups of butter, and we're going to cream this with our sugar. Now you can use an electric mixer if you like, or you can just mix it by hand. It's pretty easy to do by hand. It's not going to take that much. And I've already pre-measured everything, so there's 1 1/4 cups of butter, and we need 1 2/3 cups of sugar. So that goes in, and we're just going to give this a good mix until it's all nicely incorporated, until it's nice and creamy. This takes like probably a minute or so with the mixer and 2 or 3 minutes by hand. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to mix it by hand. I mean, it's already, if your butter's nice and soft, then it mixes in very, very quickly. Yeah, it's just about done. It's all mixed in. You can see that it's all coming away. There's no granules of sugar left on the bottom of the bowl. It's all coming together very, very quickly, very easily, very nicely. There we go, done. One mixed and done. Okay, so to this we're going to add in 2 eggs, and we're going to mix it well. There we go. There's 1, and there's 2. My lovely fresh chicken eggs, right from my chickens out in my backyard. One's not laying anymore for some reason, and the other one stops and starts, but she's at it again, so that's good. Maybe now with the nicer, warmer weather, the other one will start laying. They do stop after they reach a certain age, and I think Tornado is like 3 or 4, so she may be getting up there. She may be getting to the point where she's too old. I'm not sure. Okay, so see how easy that is? It's all mixed in there. The eggs, the butter, and the sugar are completely creamy and smooth, mixed right in. So now to this, we're going to add in salt, baking soda, and flour. But for the flour, we're only going to, it is, let's see, 3 cups of flour, but we're going to mix 1 cup at a time, just so it's easier to incorporate. So we need to add in the salt and the baking soda. So we need a teaspoon of baking soda, and we need a half a teaspoon of salt. Just get that. There we go. And I'm going to mix that in before I mix the flour. You want to make sure with baking soda it's totally mixed in, because if you have ever used baking soda and then bit into a cookie or a muffin, especially chocolate chip cookies because they call for baking soda, and you bite into a piece of the cookie where the baking soda was not mixed thoroughly, it's not pleasant. There we go. So now I'm going to do 1 cup of flour at a time. So there's your ingredients. That's it. Butter, sugar, eggs, flour, teaspoon of salt and teaspoon of baking powder and a half teaspoon of salt, and then your Kool-Aid. And now this will make you can make as many colors as you want. This recipe, she divides it in 4s. So that's what I'm going to do with it. So, I mean, you can use up to, double the recipe and use 6 or 8 colors. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to add in another cup of flour. It just that it incorporates much easier. Then you can get a giant bowl and dump it all in, but it just makes it a lot easier to mix it when it's a little bit at a time. It's a very moist dough. There's no milk, just the butter and the eggs. So it's a very, very soft dough. You can see how nice and soft it is. And then there's the 3rd cup of flour. We'll just mix it all in. And then I have 4 bowls here that I'm going to, as evenly as I can, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I'm not going to measure it, but just kind of split it up into 4. I mean, if you have a little bit more in the cherry bowl than you do in the lemon lime, well, then you'll just get more cherry cookies. And not only are these going to be the color of the Kool-Aid, but it'll have the flavor of the Kool-Aid as well. Now, if you use lemonade flavored Kool-Aid, it will not change the color of the dough because it is like a clear, like a yellow color, but it tastes like lemonade. Okay, so I've got, see, that was quick and easy. That was it. One and done. You're, kind of throw it all in the bowl and it's good. So I'm going to take a big, huge scoop and put it in one bowl and do that again, so that way it'll kind of be even. We'll see how much we get here. And another great big huge scoop. I want to do it as evenly as I can. Another scoop for that 3rd bowl. And I mean, you can just leave the 4th. Actually, you know what? Instead of dirtying another bowl, I'm going to leave batch number 4 right here in this bowl, because why dirty another bowl? You just have to wash another one. So I'm just going to set this guy aside and put it back in my cupboard after. So what you want to do, now she did use a cookie scoop. It's like, they look like little ice cream scoops, the kind with the lever on it that you push the ice cream out. I do not have one of those, so I'm going to go ahead and use a tablespoon. That's what she says to do, is to use a tablespoon. And drop by tablespoonfuls on your cookie sheet. They don't spread, so you can put them fairly close together. Okay. Oh, that smells good. This is the charcoalberry. Again, anybody have ever heard of this brand, this flavor? Let me know in the comments, because when it took me for a long time to find Kool-Aid in our grocery stores. Like Walmart didn't have it, Fresco didn't have it, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to get Kool-Aid. And I happened to be at my corner store getting something, and lo and behold, there's Kool-Aid. But then my son went to Foodland and he found, so he brought me a bunch. And I took that as a hint that he wanted more Kool-Aid cookies. So there we go. Now that charcoalberry made it a real light pink. It smells really good. It smells pretty good. That's what the charcoalberry color looks like. I mean, it can be a little bit deceiving because, you think of oranges, strawberries, and what else did it have on that picture? It looked like it had oranges, strawberries, and let's see if I can unfold it and see what it had. Oranges, strawberries, and bananas. So you wouldn't think it would be pink, but okay. That's all right. So now I'm going to switch that over, and I'm going to take this one and I'm going to mix the orange in. 7 ingredient cookies, that's pretty good. And 6 of the ingredients are something that you probably already have at home. It's your basic, typical ingredients that you would normally bake with. Butter, sugar, flour, eggs, you know. And here's the orange. Oh boy, this brings me back to my childhood, just smelling this. I can just picture making it in my kitchen when I was a little girl. And that, see, it's not as dark orange as I would think, but I'm only using half the package. Had I put the whole package in, and it probably would be, I mean, it's still like a good orange color. I'm going to just use half of the packaging because, like I said, when I made them the first time to try this recipe, they were very, very sweet. I mean, honestly, I couldn't even eat them. My kids loved them, but man, I couldn't do it. Okay, so now then the third one will be the lemon lime. So we know that's going to make them green. Ooh, that looks kind of bluey purple, doesn't it? Can you see right there where the powder is? Let's see what it is when I mix it up. Well, I guess because it's got the yellow in it, right? Because it's for the lemon. Oh boy, it sure is lemon lime. I can smell it. Somebody needs to invent smell-o-vision, let me tell you. This is, you can smell, and it just brings back, like they say that senses, your smell, when you smell something, it brings back a memory. And this is immediately bringing back memories of me making Kool Aid. And my sister and my brothers and I had Kool Aid stands all the time in the summer. And we'd go down to the store and buy some paper cups and make up a big jug of it and sell it for like a nickel a glass. Nowadays the kids sell it for like, I don't know, 50 cents or $1 a glass. We did it for a nickel a glass and thought that was great. All right, and the last one is going to be cherry, so that's going to be red. So we got an orange, a pink, a greenish yellow, and we're going to have red. Oh, that one's a strong one. You can smell that one. Okay, and it is going to be very red. Oh, it's going to be dark pink. It's not going to be red, just it's better being white. It's like when you make frosting. You have to use a ton of red food coloring to get it red. But these are going to make it a very, very vibrant pink. If I use the rest of the package, it may get more, it will get darker, but I'm only using half. So now we're just going to drop these by tablespoonfuls onto my baking sheet. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of each one. And I'm just going to take, there's the cherry, and this one is the orange. And if there's a little bit on your spoon and it goes on there, it doesn't matter, because then it just kind of combines the flavors and the colors once you bake them. That's what, see there, I got a little bit of the pink on that spoon with the green, but that means it's just going to, you know, have a little color. You'll see when they're baked. Okay, so now we'll go back to cherry and orange. I'll do a whole tray of each one. Okay, so I've got my cookie sheet all filled, and you can see where some of the colors have kind of, you know, added to, like when I didn't use a different spoon for each one. So we're going to pop these into the oven, and they will bake for 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm going to put them in the oven and meet you back here, and we'll see what they look like in 10 minutes. Okay, I'm back. It's been 10 minutes, and this is my lovely Kool Aid cookies. You can see, like, the green one has a little bit of the pink in it, and the orange one, I'll turn it around here. This orange one's got a little pink in it. This orange one's, yeah, see, when I mixed up the colors a little bit, it's got a little yellow. The yellow's got pink, but that just makes them more interesting. So you can see they didn't spread much, but they're nice and fluffy. They're a nice soft cookie. So the recipe called for 30 using the 1-inch cookie scoop. I used a tablespoon, and I got 45 cookies. I got 3 dozen and 9, so I got a little bit more by making them a little bit smaller. And so there you go, Kool Aid cookies, 7 ingredient, easy peasy, very simple ingredients. Try it. Let me know in the comments what you think below. And let me know if this brings back childhood memories to you, drinking Kool-Aid when you were a child, or did you make it for your children and they drank it? So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you'd like me to bake in the future, or make, cook, bake. Doesn't matter, sweet, savory, I can do it all. Let me know in the comments below. Have a great day, and everybody stay safe. Bye now.